Hey, Mr. Leakey. So inspiring every day. Mr. Gordon shines so brightly, and his genius wisdom radiates forth in such a way that despite our best efforts, we will always be a failure and a disappointment, relatively speaking. Wow, that is insane, dude. What the hell? And even as fantastic minions, we cannot help but to let him down in such sad ways. Oh my god. I don't know why that's so funny. It's so funny. This this one was very confusing at first, but it's starting to it just gets funnier. Hey Patty, what's up, dude? How'd your had the ambient techno or whatever it was? Is that what it is? Ambient. It ended poorly. Oh, sorry. Is that do you ever go I'm not gonna you slowed it down to 75 now it's cool but dubstep nice. All you can make is dubstep as long as you like it. I was gonna ask do you ever like get sick of a song and just give up on it or do you pretty much finish everything just like find a way to make it work? 1 in 10 songs, okay. They try to finish. I'm trying to get I don't know. I'm trying to like wrap things up, but I'm like so bad about 1 out of 10 are good. I don't even. I mean, I don't even do that. I pretty much if I finish it, I try to. If I finish writing something, I'll try to. Because I haven't done it in the past. Like I have so many old songs I wish I had like recorded with like recorded properly. So I'm trying to like finish everything as long as it's formed out. Even if it's not my favorite idea, if I took it that far where I finished writing it, I'm like maybe I should just get a recording of it too. Finishing takes you like 5 months per song. Yeah. I think I have similar issue. But the thing is, like, I'll start, like, of every idea I have, maybe, maybe 1% of my ideas gets turned into, like, a section of music. And then of that 1% of ideas that actually is, like, a section of music that I'm actually pleased with, like, maybe a percent of that, and that's generous. Probably a half a percent of that or less actually turns into a fully formed idea. So yeah, usually when I do write it, like the form comes pretty quickly, and then once I have a form, I kind of just want to get it done. But also, I mean, I don't know. Most of what I've written has been stuff on the piano, so I don't know how I'm gonna be as a producer. Like, I don't know. I have like I have these ideas right now, and it's like I'm trying to make something happen with at least one of them. But I don't know. It sucks when you have like a good idea, but you can't find a home for it. Like I have so many like little bits of music. Like on my cell phone, I have like voice memos of I'll, like one day I'll get a website and I'll like put all my unfinished voice memo ideas up on that because it's like I don't know how many songs that could have ended up being. It's like I'd have like at least 10 times my output if I just finished like finished all those. Oops. Alright, that's better than I did yesterday. Alright, let's do 19. If the genius band could finish each other's crabby demos, then the incredible double LP Notes and Rhythms would be released surprisingly quickly. Yeah, that's good. Great LP title. Yeah, I'm still waiting on Doom Salad artwork to be done. This is why I'm pro AI. The only reason the album's not out is because they didn't want to use AI. We would have put that out like 3 weeks ago. And not 3 weeks ago. We would have put it out in like December. People use AI for the most boring stuff possible. IMO. Okay. The song you sent was something you didn't know how to find but didn't want to throw away. What are you saying, Zizzleberries? You think the Doom Salad EP is boring? Have you even heard it, dude? Currently trying to make artwork for a mix, but struggling to make that AI pic look not too obviously AI. Right. Oh man. A diagram of the auditory nervous system, but with pretty DMT. Oh, that's cool. Sounds cool. Dude, I can't believe that is that. AI cover art is a immediate turnoff for you. Yeah, I mean I hear that all the time. I kind of kind of don't give a shit. It's just trendy to not like AI. I don't care, man. I don't care. Don't listen. I'm getting so sick of haters, man. I don't care. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't have to listen. It's getting real close to what you want and have in mind, but it's kind of a bummer. Maybe you'll send you something genius tomorrow. Maybe you'll just continue to be a horrible disappointment. Oh my. Give it 3 years and the best upcoming artists are all AI generated. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying everything AI is good, and most of it is shit, but most of all art is shit. I've seen a lot of cool AI stuff. I'm not gonna lie, like, especially like AI video. And I mean, it changes, and I feel like it changes fast because you get used to it really quickly. Like when Midjourney when Midjourney 6 first came out, it was really cool, and it kind of wore off really fast. But I mean, there's no denying that we are in that point now where sometimes it's hard to tell the difference, and it's not just in with the artwork now; it's in the video. It's with the music too. You don't hate AI stuff inherently; you just don't think people use it very well. Yeah, I mean, most people don't use it well. I don't think I use it well. I use it. It looks pretty generic and rushed because it is. I mean, I'm not spending a lot of time doing that. It's just to get something going. But like I got my YouTube logo, that was AI generated. I did my album that I linked on the screen. gordonweary.bandcamp.com. I did that AI. Everything on that website did AI. I kind of like how the album looks and how the background looks on the webpage too. So I was pretty pleased with that, but I spent a lot more time on that. It's like tweaking it and stuff. And I get that it's not going to impress everybody, like whatever. Like I could have spent, 30 years trying to actually get good at art and still not impress people because I've been playing music for 20 years and I still don't impress most people. So, I mean, what difference does it make? You know what I mean? I'm not going to make everybody happy regardless. It's just the AI thing kind of it annoys me how much people don't like it. Like how just like people are just like, "Oh, it's AI, so it's bad." Like, okay, it's just another tool, man. It feels like kind of crotchety and like just like fear-based kind of knee-jerk reaction. Subjectively, like crappy human-made stuff more than AI-generated stuff. Because if the AI stuff's detailed looking, there's just something about it that feels lifeless. You'd rather someone make cover art in MS Paint or PowerPoint over generating stuff. Computer literally cannot make art, even if it's reminiscent. Yeah, I mean, if it's a stimulating image, it's a stimulating image. I mean, that's really all that matters. It's like saying like nature can't make a like you can sit and enjoy a sunset and it can be beautiful the same way art is beautiful. Like I get that it's not made by a person, but like if you're not if you're not like getting similar feelings from that, then I feel like you're not sensitive in art in the way you could be. You know what I mean? Like art is communication, yeah, I do agree, but sometimes I think we experience artistic experiences like without really I don't know. It's like art is just an extension of nature, you know what I mean? Like human nature is to create. And the beauty of human art is similar to the beauty of nature, at least in my mind. And AI, whether you like it or not, is just another extension of human ingenuity. Like we keep attribute we've gotten to this point now where we say AI is this totally separate thing because it's like people aren't doing it, but people made AI. Like we made computers. Like they're just as much a part of the world as we are. And I'm kind of fascinated to see what it's gonna do when it really becomes more and more independent. I mean, I was pretty amazed by like the Google Deep Dream stuff that they put out. Like I thought that stuff was really cool and fascinating and intriguing and trippy. And I really liked that. And that was years ago. That was before we even thought AI was gonna ever be like convincing in any way. All right, I did. That's not great, but that's way better than I did yesterday and the day before. I think yesterday I had 50%. So that's way better. All right, let's try 22. Sunset is not talking to you, neither is a toilet in our museum, even if you take something from it. And R happens to the observer's brain, not in the object. Somebody put the toilet there to communicate intentionally. The sun is an accident. You put the toilet there as an accident. Yeah, I mean, like, we can argue this stuff, you know, like it's subjective. Like different people have different ideas on what constitutes art and what doesn't. I tend to kind of agree with Mr. Leakey, but like to me, it's not really that important whether or not what the AI is making is actually art. I'm not really that concerned with that. Like I'm fine with saying that AI doesn't make art, but to call it AI art is just a convenience of terms. Like what do you want to call it? AI pictures, AI video? Like it depends on what the intention is of the of whatever it is that it's making. Like we wouldn't argue about is AI making music. Like we could argue about whether or not the music is artistic or not, but like the word art is so loaded. Like if it's an image that's intended to be consumed just for the purpose of consuming an image, I think it's okay to call it art, even though it's not. Like there is no intention behind it necessarily. Although at the same time, you know, I mean, I'm not saying AI is sentient or anything, but like what even is it? Like does it have some kind of like it has some kind of brain, right? It's like a kind of mind of its own, and that it works and it creates things. Like it does make you wonder, like what is the AI? Like what even is it? Like is it sentient? Will it be sentient? Like if it isn't already, and like what I don't know. I wonder like what is going on in an AI. You know what I mean? Like what is an AI like a bug? Like is a bug have a similar sentience to an AI? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. And but to me the important thing is just do you as a person get some utility out of the image? Like that matters more than anything else. Like if you're getting some kind of utility out of the image, like a person can take an AI image and it can put like even though the AI is creating the images and stuff, like people are deciding what context to put the images in. Like even though it's not nearly as involved as actually like creating an image on your own, there's still a human like actor behind it. Like a human's writing the prompts. So and then a human is like selecting what the appropriate image is, and the human's putting the image in whatever context they want it to be in. So like there is definitely it's not like the AI is just like doing things on its own willy-nilly, and we're like forced to experience the AI's domineering will. You know what I mean? Like we're using AI for, practical and impractical purposes. Like art is the universe observing itself. You've been on philosophy lately that literally everything is music. Even when we take different meaning than the artist intended, there's a difference between intentional communication versus randomness being given meaning. As long as you will yourself to hear it as such, it's just a big list of numbers. The AI is a dumbass that's tricking you. It doesn't think at all. But then we are not also just a big list of numbers. Are we not also just a big list of numbers? I totally agree. Human organizing AI generated stuff can be art, like sampling, collaging, but it's just using random AI pics is not that. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not yeah, it's low effort. It's still like when you use AI, it's still creative to some extent. Like you have to curate it. You have to like guide it to some extent. Like you have limited control and you get a lot of options, and you kind of have to ride what the AI is doing. You kind of have to get a sense of what it's gonna do, and you make decisions based on that. But like I don't know. Like also like there's a huge difference between like the like if you use Suno to generate a song versus if you use that other thing to generate the sound samples. Like if you're just generating sound samples and then you have like you're still doing the vast majority of the work. Like honestly, there's like almost no difference between generating samples and just stealing them from the internet like you would normally do. Like in either instance, you have no say, you have no hand in its creation. Like yeah, and in that specific instance, like there's not really much difference in the effort either. It's just like, are you gonna type something in a box? Like which box are you gonna type it in Google or the AI website? You know what I mean? Like either way, you're just clicking some buttons and choosing. Like they're almost the same amount of effort. In fact, the AI makes you wait. So arguably, the AI requires more effort. Sometimes the AI makes you pay. Um, Ripping a track off vinyl and calling it your own, on the other hand, is trashy in the same way. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, I think if you put something out that's AI and you attribute it to yourself, like that's obviously disingenuous. But I don't know if anybody's really doing that. But I think most people can kind of tell when it's like you can kind of tell when it's like a mid-journey image or whatever, or like some kind of AI image. So I don't, you know, doing a sick flip is sick. Doing a sick flip is sick. Not crediting AI if it's entirely AI generated is plagiarism. I mean, I don't know. Do you have to credit AI? I don't think you're actually like required to, but yeah, if you claim you made it by some other means, then sure, that's like, I mean, I think that's weird. I don't know that. I'm just saying I don't think it's illegal. I think you could lie about that because I think I'm pretty sure they had a court case like when like a couple of years back where they basically determined that like AI has no like copyright stake. So like I don't think you have to like credit Midjourney, for instance. Yeah, ethically. Yeah, sure. Ethically, I think it's ignoble or whatever. But yeah, like Chat GPT and college essays, etc. Oh, right on, yeah. I bet that's a big thing using Chat GPT and essays now. You sampled AI generated audio from a YouTube video once. In a scummier way. There's also a lot of weird ethics behind the fact that nobody consented to have their art used and to train, and now it's being regurgitated involuntarily into other stuff in a scummier way than the zeitgeist. I mean, I guess so. I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm a musician, you know what I mean? As a musician, I'm not, like I write music. I'm like not that scared of AI. And I know a lot of other musicians who don't like it, but they seem more upset about the visual art than they are about the music. And I don't know. I guess I don't know a ton of visual artists, or I haven't really talked to them about this. But I do follow a lot of artists, and I have to say, like, not one of the major artists that I follow, I call them major. I don't know how major they really are, but they're all at least kind of famous. I haven't seen a single artist complaining about AI art. I've seen a lot of like musicians complaining about AI art, and I've seen a lot of like randos arguing, like saying it's bad, but I haven't seen one artist complain about it. Oh, I take that back. I have seen one. I have seen one. I saw one because his style was getting ripped off. But yeah, but I follow a ton of artists like there. It's not. I don't know what they're. Maybe they're all bitching about it, and I'm not seeing the posts. Maybe the algorithm's not putting that on my feed. Maybe but maybe when they're hanging out, they're all complaining about it, but I've seen nothing. I mean, I still see them putting out art. I don't see them going, "Oh, AI sucks." So, I don't know. Um, Must suck to be a gigging composer. Cover art is one of your favorite things to make about album. You could never see yourself using AI for a cover. Yeah, but I mean, if you're used to making covers, why would you stop? You know what I mean? I've always just like paid someone to make a cover. And like you have to wait around for them to do it, and then you kind of have to use it because you paid them and you're broke, and you probably know them, like they're at least an acquaintance, if not like a good friend. So you're kind of like stuck with what they give you, and you gotta wait for weeks or months or however long for them to do it. It's like, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's awesome. Like I have some really cool like album artwork I've gotten before, and I'm not complaining about any of that. But some of the artwork I've had, I've not really attached to. I would have happily just used AI if they had it at the time. I would have just used AI, and I probably would have been just as satisfied because it ended up not being that awesome anyway. It was just fine. It was just okay. But if I made my own cover art, I would probably keep doing it, you know? But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I would input my image into the AI thing and see what the AI did with my image. I don't know. The training problem you mean is that somebody could ask for Gordon Weary-esque music, the AI gives it, and the market the check, and it becomes their hit. I mean, that would obviously suck, yeah. You've used AI as a process, but put in like 10 hours of work in Photoshop on the AI source. Also consider composers for library music, etc. will go to hell now, completely unnecessary now. I mean, yeah, but can't they start making AI artwork too? You know what I mean? What do you also do? I mean, is anyone losing their job for real? I mean, has anyone actually lost their job? Like people have to make the AI stuff too, you know? Yes, they have. I mean, I don't know. I'm such a loner. Maybe I'm just like out of the loop. You've seen quite a few stories of people losing their jobs to AI. A corporation is paying them versus asking a prompt. I mean, I do think I mean, I do think it sucks to like have a job and lose it if you're in a creative profession and you're losing work because of AI. Tons of corporate musicians and artists are obsolete already. I mean, I don't know. Is AI music in like TV shows and stuff? I don't. You remember one guy who was a web designer and the company he worked at used his work to train an AI that he was fired and replaced with? Yeah, I know like coders are saying they're gonna like lose their jobs and stuff too. Some grunt can just do a prompt to replace days of artist designers' work, ads and such. I have seen a little bit of AI in ads, but not much. I'm sure more will come. I mean, it's just, it's a lot cheaper to make a prompt than it is to hire somebody, I'm sure. But like people have to run the prompts too, is what I'm saying. Like, I think if you're in that kind of profession, like you should probably learn how to use the AI stuff. I mean, I know that's not really what you're probably in it for. I'm just saying that's if you want to work in that profession, it seems like it's like probably necessary now. The people running the prompts aren't the musicians though. I don't know, dude. I Here's the other thing is like there's probably going to be a lot of greedy corporations who are like, oh, we don't need this, we don't need so and so, we don't need to hire people for this or that or the other. And they're gonna, and there's gonna be all these AI companies who are trying to sell them this idea that that's true. And so they're gonna lay off a bunch of people or fire a bunch of people, and They're going to get AI to start doing all this stuff for them. And, if it works, it works. And then, I guess that's the cheaper solution for them. But, there's also, I think, a pretty good chance that they're going to start running into problems like like how AI doing stuff incorrectly. And then they go, oh shit, well, we thought it was going to do this, but it can't. So now we need to hire people again. And, people are that then the corporations go, actually AI is not that great. It doesn't solve all our problems. We overhyped it and it's not that good. So we do need people. And maybe the real solution is you have to wait a few years till AI is better, or maybe you need actual like experts to work in tandem with AI, or maybe AI is not really competent at certain things. Like maybe we still have to figure out what it's actually good at. Like, you know, like I I think we don't really know how it's gonna pan out yet. Is all I'm saying. And it's easy to fear the worst, but I'm personally I don't know. I'm not that scared of it. Something you've noticed about AI stuff is the generations are only as interesting as the human-made prompt. This is a reality. Use a random grunt with free. Oh, gee. Use a random grunt with free time to prompt for 5 minutes. It's not. We see what's already happening presently, though. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's the thing. Like, I mean, things always change. That's just how the world works. Like technology evolves. Like it's not panning out the way we expected it to. Like no one thought it was gonna be doing artistic stuff, but that's how it's panning out. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like I'm very like pro technology, pro progress. Like I think if AI can do it, it just says something about us. Obviously, it's a big blow to our egos, but what are you gonna do, man? If AI is gonna make better music than me, then it does. Like what? Like what, who am I to deny that? You know what I mean? What are you gonna just kill AI because it's making better music than you? Like I wouldn't kill a person because they made better music than me. I have to kill like everyone in this chat right now. You know what I mean? I have to kill like everyone I meet almost. So I don't know. Maybe I am just, maybe I'm just used to sucking and being irrelevant, so it doesn't really affect me. I got nothing to lose, you know what I mean? That's how a lot of people feel. Technology should be used to improve lives, otherwise it's not useful. AI is useful, but it's also already causing harm. There's no reason under capitalism. Yeah, but you're saying we should be. I mean, I feel like that's. You're saying people should hire artists and musicians, and like what about that isn't capitalistic? You know what I mean? What's the difference? In your opinion, the stuff AI makes is getting more detailed and polished, but it's also getting less interesting. It's basically all digital art averaged together, which makes the most generic thing possible. Like, dude, I mean, what when you're making art, what are you doing it for? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing it for? Are you doing it to get paid, or are you doing it because you want to make art? You know what I mean? People are gonna make art because they like to make it, and people who like to sit around and type in prompts aren't, unless they change the interface so that it becomes more of a creative process, they're not being okay. But do people need to get paid to do things that don't need to be done by people? That's my question. Is it a like being in a creative position is already like even before well before AI has been kind of looked down upon as a sort of, you know, like unimportant, frivolous sort of type of work. Obviously, we're all creative people here, so none of us feel that way. But in the wider social world, a lot of people snub their noses at artists. They think they're, more or less irresponsible, childish people, and they don't take it seriously. And I mean, what if a computer can do it faster and better and cheaper? I mean, who's gonna argue with that? No one's gonna give a shit. In the end, you're either gonna keep making your art or you're not. Like, people are gonna lose jobs. People lose jobs all the time. Like, professions become irrelevant. They always have. It's like the coal miners kept losing their jobs because, they didn't want to mine coal anymore because there's like more efficient ways to get energy or whatever. I don't really know the details of that, but you get what I'm saying. Like, the world changes and professions change. What is a viable way of making income always changes. Like, making art has always been a shitty way to make money. So it really, like, it's just, it was shitty to begin with. Like, what were your chances of making money making art before AI? They were like next to zero. What are they after AI? They're still next to zero. I mean, maybe it's a slightly smaller next to zero. Honestly, who can make money making music after Spotify? That's what I want to know. Like, it's next door to impossible. It's already impossible. It's like we're raising the stakes on what is already it's already the winner takes all system. People need to be paid to live. Yeah, well, get it, to quote my dad, get a real job. I don't know, man. I mean, I am an artist. I mean, I'm not like, I'm poor, so I can make music. I don't know. If I was making a ton of money and I lost a job, if I was writing music for a corporation or something, or like Nintendo or something like that, I'd probably feel a lot differently. But I'm just some broke joker, man. But music is still the center of my life. Like, AI is not going to change that. You think just pointing out what's happening right now and what's likely to happen in the future, not offering a prescription, and what does this mean for the future of art? If no one learns the fundamentals anymore and just types prompts, how will human progression of music go on? Something much more existential about one of the most fundamental human experiences being solved by machines is deeply concerning on a much higher level than losing jobs. Yeah, but people can still do all that. Like, nobody's stopping you from making what you want to make, Nobody's stopping you from being creative. Maybe it will be seen as old-fashioned at some point. Like, I don't know. I don't think anything like that is going to happen in our lifetime, though. I'd be very surprised. Is it good for people to lose jobs? Shouldn't we be protecting people's livelihoods? I mean, that's such a general thing. It's not good. Obviously, it's not good on a personal level when a person loses their job. But at the same time, that just happens. Like, you can't protect every job. Generative AI is very new, and artists generally haven't found ways to use it that, in your opinion, lame yet. But you've seen it used for interesting stuff like effects and stuff. Mr. Gordon is the stranger. I'm not the stranger, dude. I believe a man named Winchell wrote on that. Winchell, cellophane phone cell. But I would be really honest, AI images just look really ugly to me. Okay, well, that's fine. You're allowed to feel that way. AI images that you can recognize are AI images. Test to differentiate human versus AI images got a 60%. Oh, interesting. I know, but I'm saying, Mr. Leakey, systemic loss happens all the time. Like, this is not new. It's not like this is the first time technology has changed the world and has, like, made a job irrelevant. Is it good? It's not good for the people in those jobs, but is it good for society? Probably. It usually probably is. I know a lot of people are like, no, it's bad. But I don't know. Maybe it's bad, maybe it's good. I don't really know the answer. I just know that I don't have any control over that, and I can either be pissed off about it and not do anything about it, or I can just try to enjoy it. Because, I'm here for a short time and I'm going to die. And, I've already, like, I'm not doing anything differently because of AI. Like, if I lose a gig to an AI bot, I'm sure I'll be salty about it then. But at the same time, it's like what even, what even is art? Like, if computers are doing it to a way that's satisfying to audiences beyond what people can do, then I think that just says a lot about creativity and art. And also, I'd rather just like, maybe, like, I don't know, if I was really that scared of AI, I think I would actually just start using it. Uh, it's not automating away menial, painful, or dangerous tasks. I mean, I agree that that's what AI should be doing, and that's what I kind of expected it to do too. Just like most people, we all kind of were thinking, oh, it's gonna replace fast food workers, and it's gonna replace, I don't know, I guess janitors, or just thinking of stuff that's repetitive. Replace people working in the factories, like doing all the really repetitive, boring stuff. And maybe it still will eventually. I don't know. I guess we'll still see. I'm sure, like, I think with like sophisticated robotics and all that, maybe it would. Why is AI making me images of bendy straws instead of storing my files? Yeah, no, I mean, I get that, and I kind of feel the same way. I don't know. I don't feel this fear of AI, and I'm kind of fascinated by it, honestly. I think it's very interesting. I'm not saying I don't personally think anything AI generated is like better than what I've seen people make, but I think a lot of it does like have a certain level of polish and like sophistication is going to sound like a loaded word, but like there's definitely like a level of polish and, detail, I guess, that is I think compelling. And some AI images I really enjoy. And I'm sure they're based off of some artist who made the style, and really it's that artist style that I'm benefiting from. But that's exposing me to it. It's making new images based on that. Like, I think it's really interesting that it can do that. Like, it can make a new image in a style. Like, that's just, or make a new song in a style. Like, I think that's very interesting. It makes me wonder too, like, what does it do when you like, can you make it go beyond style? Can like AI transcend style? Like, how creative can an AI be? Like, I have a lot of questions about it. Like, what is AI really like? I'm really curious what AI can do artistically. I'd like to see, like, one thing we haven't seen is like immersive AI films. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen like AI video and like mostly like really short form stuff. I've seen some really cool AI videos, but it'll be interesting to see like if it can like merge the sound and the visual worlds and like do bigger things, or like what's gonna happen when AI like does VR? You know what I mean? Like, you can put on a VR headset and enter this AI generated world. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think that stuff is fascinating. I'm not, you know, I mean, obviously it sucks to lose a job. I'm not arguing that, but like, I don't know why people aren't more curious about the capabilities of AI. And probably the biggest reason I'm not doing AI myself is because I don't think writing prompts is fun, and I'm already so involved in making music. But, you know, if I had a lot of free time, maybe I would look into it because it's very interesting. Um, if it looks good, it looks good, but it's really hard to make it look good. Also, are any of the AI tech bros even remotely benevolent seeming? Does the government seem interested at all in regulating how it should be used? Where is there any optimism? None. There should be no regulation on AI. AI should run rampant. The only people advocating for AI is to be regulated strictly as AI companies that want to avoid competition. Interesting. I don't know. I can't speak on any of that. I don't really know. I don't know about all that. Are tech bros benevolent? I mean, I don't like some of them are probably benevolent, some of them are probably not. I'm not familiar with them. You know what I mean? There is an AI among us, that's for sure. Why would anyone be optimistic about where it's going? It's obvious. I mean, what is, I don't know what's obvious. I don't, I, I don't see the doom and gloom. Like, I hear what people are saying. I don't know. Like, it's just, I hear like, everybody thinks the world is gonna end. You know what I mean? Like, people have been talking like this for the last, I don't know, 15, 20 years. Like, and different people say it depending on who's the president. Like, we're all gonna die. Like, is the world going to shit? I don't know. Is AI making the world go to shit? I guess we'll find out. You know what I mean? It's like we're still here. I'm not saying everything. We're obviously not in a utopia. I mean, obviously the economy's kind of gone south for the last, I don't know, 30 years or something. But, you know, if you're in the US anyway. But that's just, you know, we already peaked. People just need to get over it, I guess. What are you going to do? Why? You may be wrong, but you think OpenAI wants it to be illegal to train an AI model without permission from the government. Okay, interesting. They want government regulation that to be that tight. You personally work with an AI and it's not that bad. It's good. You're saying what if, and we were saying here are examples. What are your what examples? You're saying people are laid off. Okay, like people, but yeah, but not everyone is laid off. Like people get laid off. What do you? Okay, even okay, it's shit and it sucks, and we're all going to hell. We're all gonna die. This is doomsday. AI has ruined everyone's life. Everything is terrible. There you have it. It's all bad. AI should be banned. I'm gonna keep using it though, okay? But it should be banned. Okay? It should be banned. AI is the worst thing that's ever happened. The economy has gone south 30 years. The US used to have like 90% of the world's wealth like 50 years ago. Um 60 years ago, something like that. Can we talk about cheesecake now? What's y'all's favorite cheesecake? You have zero example of a good thing happening right now. The good thing that's happening is that AI is you can go on a computer and type in a message and you'll get a bunch of pictures. That's the good thing that's happening. You can type in a sentence and you'll get a song. That's the good thing that's happening. Okay, well, I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't have to. You said I don't have anything good to say about it. That's what's good about it. The good thing is the technology. If you just think it's bad, that's fine. Like I can't like we can argue about this all day. It doesn't matter. Like it's not a rational argument. We're literally arguing about attitudes right now, and it's like, oh, you should feel like it's worse than it is. You should you Gordon, you should be acting like this is worse than how you're acting. I know. I'm sorry, I'm not as scared of AI, and I'm not as worried about it, and I'm not as concerned. I'm sorry, I'm honestly not. I don't think about it hardly at all. The only time I think about it is when other people bring it up. You like AI? The bad thing that's happening is that the pictures are ugly and you have to look at them. But that's fair. Like it's fine. Your AI is not braining enough Zen pill addict. Yeah, I'm so distracted right now. I've gotten nothing. I've gotten two ear trainers done. I'm supposed to be working right now. AI is ruining my career because I can't focus. Fuck rat kick. I can't focus on making music because I'm too busy arguing about AI. Gordon, you should push the crystal into the anti-mass spectrometer. Okay. What does that do? That sounds scary. No. Well, I don't know. Maybe I should. I don't know. State your case. Why should I push the crystal into the anti-mass spectrometer? And then Cellophane, make your case as to why I should not. And then I'll let Mr. Leaky decide. You shouldn't put the Zen crystal into the anti-mass spectrometer because they put it on 200% power and it will open our resonance cascade, releasing Zen forces onto our world. Then the Combine will figure out and enslave humanity? Oh, damn. That sounds like a lot of, like, terrible gobbledygook. I like the Zen, though. I'm trying to spread Zen into the world, you know what I mean? Like, maybe I should, you know? The Zen are chill once you kill the Nihilith? Oh, okay. The AI is too much Dutton base for Zen. It's probably not trained on any Zen. Yeah. Can't do Zen yet. We should table this until AI does Zen. And then I'll be like, dude, fuck AI. Be like, dude, fuck those tech bros, man. Let's get them. Let's rise up against our tech bro overlords. We'll keep switching Itos every time it learns learns one. Yeah, the thing is to protect art from AI, we have to stop uploading our music and stuff. We have to stop putting it on the internet. Maybe they'll make like an AI free internet. That actually, I think that would be cool. Like if they made like an AI free creative space where you could upload stuff and like AI was somehow like denied access to it. I don't know if that would, I don't know how feasible that even is, but something like that I think would be cool. Like efforts like that in that direction where people feel like they have some say in how AI can or can't interact with their work. Because I do think the lack of consent is like a, you know, I think that's definitely like an ethical, like I do think the fact that they train AI to like mimic different artist styles and stuff. Like if you're using the AI to like mimic an artist's style and you're profiting off of that in some way, or like I don't know, it's that's sleazy. I mean, it just is. But at the same time, if you're like, say you're a fan of like Salvador Dali or something, and you just want to see some Dali-esque paintings, and you just like type in Dali, this, that, or the other, and you get enjoyment out of that. Like, I mean, I feel like that's different if you're if you're using it for personal enjoyment, and I don't know, it's like the artist's work is like all public domain anyway, or you know what I mean, like that I think is it's probably fair game. There's this thing that adds sub-audible tough to your track to confuse any AI that's trained on it. Oh, that's interesting. Sub-audible stuff. Interesting. EDO stands for electric duct oxidizer. Did not know that. The fact that you get demonetized for playing 3 seconds of a song, but they can scrape terabytes of music and sell it is nuts. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah. I see what you mean. It's like, yeah, they kind of let AI happen without any like copyright enforcement, or there's definitely like a, I mean that's definitely, pretty sleazy. Dude. AI content cannot be copyrighted. There's an additional parallel combo about copyright that is interesting too. Want to discuss copyright ethics, everyone? In your opinion, copyright should last 20 years or not exist. Don't know what it's called, but it exists. Use copyrighted music to build AI and sell it. Right. Copyright of training materials. Cellophone. Dude, how did I get these wrong? Oh my god, dude. Ah! You don't even know what that means. 100 years is way too long to make it 20. Stick your tongue out towards a significant magnetic field you monitor in this case, and you will be better. Stick my tongue out? Did I do that? Ideally, it wouldn't exist, but that's not workable under capitalism, both for artists and corporations, so a short lifespan, I probably agree. Never get anything between 600 and 100 cents right. Yeah, that's a tricky area for sure. They passed a law in the US where AI can be copyrighted if there's significant human involvement, not just writing prompts. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Except a fifth. It will do nothing to you. The radiation emitted by a monitor is non-ionizing. What? Sizzleberries, you don't understand how radiation works. Dude, cellophane phone cell, are you like you big science dude? You don't know you watched a video about it earlier? I mean, dude, I'm convinced. You're with the science team? I mean, that's sounds pretty legitimate. Why did I think of that, dude? Oh my god, that was pretty bad. Say you generated a jazz song, so chopped it up, make a lo-fi beat, something. Yeah, I think stuff like that is kind of a cool use of it. Yeah. Like that sounds more interesting to me than just like sitting there writing prompts and listening to Suno music. Like I really don't like listening to Suno music that much. Like the it's just like all the most other AI stuff. It's like the novelty wears off pretty quick. And I honestly I'm way less familiar with the AI music, but everything I've heard is like some of it sounds cool, but it's not as good as like real music to me. But I don't think it's wrong if people get enjoyment out of it, you know. Like I don't know, there could be a future where people just like maybe not everybody, but some people, you know, you sit around and when you're bored and you just like generate this whole AI soundscape. Do I know what a head crab is? Do I own a crowbar? I don't know what a head crab is now. I don't think I have a crowbar actually. I might have some tools in my shed, but I don't think I have a crowbar actually. I really don't think I have a crowbar. I'm not going out there either to find out. I'm like 98% sure I don't. You like using Suno to make vocal samples of Chop? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Please check. Not today. No way. Alright. I got a couple messages. Let's see. Oh, I got Paleac's song from earlier. If y'all want to listen to that. Shit stream. Shed stream, that's probably like 2027 maybe. 2027 I'll debut the shed. We demand a shed stream and a crowbar is mandatory. Schedule it then. Wait till I get my bagpipes, dude. 10K subs, I get the bagpipes. Or someone's getting me bagpipes. I'm probably not gonna do it. Yeah, that sounded pretty cool. I don't know if you're still here, Peleac, but yeah, sounds sick. Dedicate, schedule it. Okay, you know, just for shits and giggles, we'll schedule it. How about what day is it? February 18th, 2027. Mark my clip this. February 27th, 2027, we will debut the shed. And I will present a crowbar. I don't have a crowbar. I'll have to buy one. But by then, if I can't afford a crowbar, I'm in pretty rough shape. So I'll let y'all hold me to that. I'm gonna forget about that. But you know, if someone reminds me in 2 years, we'll make that happen. We will make that happen. By this day, AI will master 22 Eden, and Mr. Gordon will become a tanky. Yeah. Also true. I'm on my way. All right. So I have kind of, well, I was working on a couple ideas, but I actually got sort of, so this is, I kind of want to do something with this idea. So basically, in 12 Edo, your fifth is, you know, 700 cents. And if your fifth gets sharper than that, say you're in like 22 Edo, which is what I have here, then, your diatonic scale becomes super pith, right? It's bigger than a Pythagorean fifth, which is 702 roughly. And if your fifth gets even sharper than that, you get into like ultra pith, which 37 Ito is an example. But at that point, your small steps in your diatonic scale are so small that those adjacent small steps are almost indistinguishable. And if you were to make the fifth sharp enough, it would completely collapse the and I think it's 720 cents or whatever. It's whatever the 5 Ito fifth is. If the fifth becomes that sharp, where it's 720 cents, then the small step completely collapses. so you get 5 Ito. And then if you go the other way, where you flatten your fifth, you get in 12 Ito is mean tone, but you can get in a flatter mean tone. It's like you could do, 19 Ito is flatter than 12, or I think 31 is flatter than 12, and then 19 is even flatter than 31. And then like those are still both mean tone, but if you get even flatter, you get into what's called flat tone, which then your diatonic scale, the step sizes become more similar. So in like 26 Ito, for instance, your large step is 4 Ito steps and your small step is 3 Ito steps. And then in 33 Ito, it's even more. The steps are even more similar. I can't remember what they are exactly, but 26 is flat tone, 33 is even flatter, flat tone. And if the fifth gets flat enough, the large and the small step of the diatonic scale become the same size. And that's basically 7 Ito. Or it's not basically, it is 7 Ito. So in 7 Ito, you have 7 equally spaced steps. Now, you might think that you're done there, but you can actually keep flattening the fifth, and then you get an inverted diatonic scale that we call anti-diatonic. We also call it Mavilla. Well, we call the temperament Mavilla. But we call the scale, the 7-note scale based on that temperament, anti-diatonic. And that, instead of being instead of going like large step, small step, large step, large step, large step, small step, it flips. So it's 2 small steps, a large step, then 3 small steps, then another large step. And that's anti-diatonic. So that has a really flat fifth. And, you can go even flatter. So 23 Ito's anti-diatonic, so 16 Ito. So you can play all of these in order of ascending sharpness. So this is the flattest one going to the sharpest one. And you can kind of hear how the shape of the scale changes. So eventually it's going to compress to 5 Ito, but it's going to start in anti-diatonic, move through 7 Ito, then go into flat tone, then into mean tone, then into super pith, ultra pith, 5 Ito. And this is just to hear the scales. This is not musical, but I'm kind of thinking like I kind of want to do something with this idea, do something a little more musical with it. But anyway, we'll listen to the example first. So yeah, at the end, and I'll do a slower one too, this is super fast. But yeah, if we slow it down a bit, you can hear that these are all the chords in the scale, all the triads in the diatonic scale, ascending. So you can hear, for instance, that like these, like 5 Ito and super and ultra pith sound more similar than like ultra pith and flat tone. So as the scales progress, you see that like there's this morphing that's occurring with the sound. Hey, what's up, Romeo? How you doing? Um, all right. I'll have a crowbar. AI will be exalting the function of supermajor finally. What the hell is it for? The AI will finally explain it. Sorry, Mr. Leaky, can't do that. Oh, cellophane is an AI, apparently. You're just wondering yesterday, has Romeo's been here since the channel split? You haven't been chatting. Oh, Romeo's is a confirmed lurker. Oh, that's cool. Good to know. Since Mr. Gordon split the channels after you... Yes, I split the channels because Romeo suggested. Famously, Romeo's talked me into it. Just like he talked me into buying a linnstrument. Romeo's can convince me of many things, and fortunately, he has not abused his power yet. And hopefully won't. You have no idea what I'm talking about, but you love my voice, so I thank you. That's nice. Leaky, you're fascinated by the way you type, because the stuff you say is really rational and grammatically correct. 70% of your words are misspelled. Yeah, that's Mr. Leaky's charm. That's why Mr. Leaky is our, Mr. Leaky is like the spirit of the stream. He's like the stream culture is Mr. Leaky, more or less. Been busy, been tuning in every now and then. Nice. When he presents theory seminar is actually sick AF. Yeah, so what I want to do is I want to make something with this, and maybe add a couple of Itos too. So I have 2 antidiatonics. I have 7 Ito, but I also was like curious, like I was Gordon Freeman in the flesh, or rather the beanie. Yeah, I guess so. Clem McCoy. What's up, Clem McCoy? Clem McCoy? What's up? But yeah, I was wondering though, like if you keep compressing the fifth, I kind of want to figure this out first. Like, so if you keep compressing your fifth, right? Eventually, so like, I have 2 questions. One, and since Romeo's is here, I wonder if he can help me with this. So as you continue to compress your fifth, you will eventually equate the fifth and the fourth. And when that happens, that's 2 Ito, right? So if you're at 16 Ito, your fifth is how big is it? Your fifth is at 675. So a fifth and a fourth become equated at the tritone. I mean, there may be instances where they're equivalent in otherwise, but like basically like the purest like collision of the fourth and the fifth is 2 Ito. I think, right? I guess like 4 Ito would have the same thing. But like more or less that would be the case. So you have like between that you have like 11 Ito. Oh wait. Man, the wiki still doesn't pull out. You have 11 Ito has a really flat fifth. It's at 654. So at 16, you're at 675. At 11, you're at 654. And then at like 2 Ito, you're at 600. So there's like this massive space between that's like, I don't know what that is. Like there is Mabilla, but I don't think it's quite that flat. So Mabilla, your fourth is 529, which would make your fifth 670. So I don't know what the range is there, but that's the optimal. Anyway, I guess it's not super important, but I'm just kind of curious about that. And then because there's this hypothetical space between Mavilla and 2 Ito, where the fifth continues to compress. And obviously it's like not, I don't even think it like exists, because 11 Ito is 650. So that's kind of like in between. But yeah, like I think between like 650 and 600, yeah, that's a lot of space. So I don't know if I think there's probably not any Itos that have a fifth smaller than 654. Like if there's a note that's smaller than that, it's a different song you sampled AI and audio. Here's some from Zizzleberries. It uses sampled AI audio.
Superintendent, I hope you're ready for mouth-watering hamburgers.
I thought we were having steamed clams.
No, I said steamed hams.
Luma AI.
Oh, hamburgers.
You call hamburgers steamed hams?
Yes. It's a regional dialect.
It's just that clip. Alright. Oh, that's what you clipped. Oh, here's the music. I'm sorry. This is from Zizzleberries. Zizzleberries yoinked that and made some music with it. AI YouTube poop? I guess so. You could use suboptimal fits, thus preserve a moss structure. Like you could arbitrarily appoint fifth, I guess. But like I'm more curious like if there's any actual Itos, but I don't think there are, because it would have to be a low number Ito. It's probably like north of like. No, the other one was not his account. That was the video he took the sample from. You could use something that's used 630 as a generator, but isn't the best fit. Yeah, I kind of don't want to. I just kind of want to stick to Pat and Val. But I mean, like I am kind of curious about that space, like hypothetically. But I don't know. I don't know if I should explore that, like, quite yet. That just means like you're not choosing, it's like not using the warp. Like not using the suboptimal mapping. Like not saying the sub fifth is the fifth. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I should listen. Oh, yeah. All right, so I think I'm gonna ignore that weird space. But my other question is, so when you cross over seven, well, I have a couple more things. So basically, like so the first thing I think is just like a hypothetical, which is like as the fourth and the fifth become equated, if you continued to compress the fifth, the fourth and the fifth would actually flip. So like all of your, I think all your intervals would swap with their inversions. So like the fourth would be bigger than the fifth, and like the third would be bigger than the sixth, and the second would be bigger than the seventh. So like the notes would go in a funny order, where it'd be like, I think it would go like C, B, A, G, F, E, D. Yeah, just go backwards. Kinda. So it'd be like C, it'd be like C, yeah, it would just flip, I think. It would just go C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. So, yeah, 2 Ito would be where they would be like they probably could, well, yeah, that would be where they would equate, would be at the tritone. So like if you compressed it more, all your notes would flip and your scale would actually run backwards. It would actually go, because if your fifth is full, say your fifth is 500 cents, then your fourth would be because your fifth would be 500 cents above C, then your fourth would be 500 cents below C. They would literally just flip. So like as you go south of a tritone, if you compress the fifth that hard, they literally flip. But I'm saying that this would be like it almost seems like a purely theoretical thing, because if your fifth was 500 cents, then you would just flip the order of the notes. The only note that would be the same would be the root, and everything would flip with this inversion. And in fact, like your major second would be like where the minor seventh would normally be. So like C to D would be like would be 1,000 cents. But C to B would be 200 cents. Yeah, it is RTT witchcraft. But there's also like, I don't know. It's kind of just like the extension of this idea of morphing. Like if you're compressing something and stretching it. If you have a scale and it's based off of the generator of all these scales is a fifth. And so as the fifth shrinks, this is what happens. As the fifth expands, this is what happens. So yeah, exactly. If you pushed it all the way, if you flatten the fifth enough, you eventually get diatonic turns into 7 Ito. The whole scale turns into 7 Ito. And then as you continue to compress it beyond 7 Ito, diatonic becomes anti-diatonic. And then if you were to continue to compress it, you would get to 2 Ito eventually. And then if you were to keep compressing it beyond that, you would literally flip the order of the notes. So that's what would happen. So I think I kind of like answered that question. And like obviously flipping the order of the notes is like almost like pure nonsense. But at the same time, you could create an operation with that. So like for instance, like just like when we like so negative harmony was a popular thing a while back, and obviously it's like not something that really stuck around. Like I don't know anybody doing anything with it. I'm sure one or two people are, but basically like Mavilla is anti-diatonic is almost like a real version of negative harmony. Like this doesn't feel like completely arbitrary because in anti-diatonic the chord qualities actually do flip. And so like C E G spells a minor chord. I mean, it looks like C major. It's spelled like C major, but this orally, the sound is actually minor. So like, if you were to compress beyond 2 Edo, you would get a different kind of flip. Because like a chord like C E G would now sound like F A flat C. So that would be but it would be C F. Wait. Yeah, it'd be C F and then A flat, and it would go in that order. So if you wrote out C E G in a hyper compressed fifth where the fifth literally becomes a fourth, then C E G would sound like a first inversion F minor chord. Yeah. And in negative harmony, if you flip a C chord, you get C minor. So this is like a different. Actually, this is more similar to like if you just took the notes and just spelled them the other way using C as the axis. Like if you went down a major third and down a minor third, you would get an F minor chord. That's kind of what you would get if you had a fifth compressed to the point of a fourth. But the notes would be in a different order. Makes you want to transform a song from diatonic into anti-diatonic gradually over time. Yeah, so basically my idea is to take these scales. I might even add a couple, but I want to at least take these scales and basically, yeah, just morph something from anti-diatonic all the way to 5 Edo. So I want to go from anti-diatonic into 7 Edo into super pyth. I mean into mean tone, into super pyth. Well, flat tone, mean tone, super pyth, ultra pyth, 5 Edo. You're gonna try to do something on that thing you sent. You wonder how to make a microtonal. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, I was also thinking it could make an interesting like video, like to just talk about this idea. I was kind of thinking about how I could do like a video like this. So I've already done a morphing video. It's pretty like bare bones, but I do have a morphing video. It's just playing the notes of a scale. I kind of want to do something more sophisticated and like written out. But I did this. I went from 5 Edo to 9 Edo, and the scale I used to morph between them is semaphore, which is like a I think like 5 long, 4 short or something. Can't remember.
Turn your best idea.
You getting bored? You don't know what anyone's talking about anymore? You're not on microtonal, it's CL. Right. You're not taking the pill? Oh, you don't have to, man. Yeah, so basically, exactly, like you normally split an octave into 12 pieces, but you can split it into more or less pieces than that. So if you split it into 11 even pieces, it's 11 Ito. 13, it's 13 Ito, and so on. But like what we're doing here is we're looking at like what properties different Itos have, and more specifically what the diatonic, like some Itos have diatonic scales. So that means just like you have a major scale, you go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And you know, that sounds a certain way. Okay, but basically, in order to really do this like conveniently, what I need to do is I need to go into Scale Workshop, and I have to basically make Scala files or tune files or both for these particular scales, and I need to make sure they're all on the same root. So basically there's a way to generate these scales. And I tried doing it yesterday, but I couldn't get the anti-diatonic ones to work the way I wanted them to. So just to practice, I'm going to do 12 Ito, which is, the generator will be 7 out of 12. I'm going to see what happens if I just do the default mode. Is it a C major scale? It looks like it, yeah. So this should work for everything north of 7 Ito, sharper than 7 Ito. So, so yeah, these are all going to be 7-note scales. I'm going to put these in a special folder. So that they're all in one place. Where did that folder go? Yeah, so xenharmonic is just yeah, Paleox answering the question just fine. So that's for 12, and then I could do the same thing for like I'll go ahead and just do 19. I could do 17, 19, and 31. So this one, it's 10 out of 17 is the 5th. So this should be right. So 17 Ito is like the first super pyth, or like a lowest Ito super pipe that everyone's familiar with, I believe. Unless you count 15 Ito, but I don't think you do. So I think the 7 is a little redundant. And then I could do $19, so 19 Ito. So yeah, this is going to require a lot of setup, unfortunately. So probably going to be gonna be a little boring over here for the time being. Once I get it set up, should hopefully be a little more interesting, but we'll see. And then 31, 18 to 31. That's good. Oops, hold on. Yeah, so like some music is microtonal but is not xenharmonic. So for instance, like a lot of stuff in 19 Ito, if it's in mean tone, or even in like 31, like if it's in mean tone, it might just sound like regular music more or less. And in fact, there's like barbershop quartets, we don't usually describe that sound as xenharmonic, even though it's technically just intonation, or like closer to just intonation than normal. Like it's not equally tempered. So we call that microtonal, but we don't say it's xenharmonic because it just sounds very familiar. So xenharmony implies that like there's something unfamiliar and like non-traditional about the sound. And like there's also like a ton of like music from all over the world that is microtonal, like traditional music's from, in Europe, in the Middle East, in Africa. Probably every continent has like its own like microtonal music traditions. But, it's just that's just their normal music. It's just their traditional music. It just happens to be a different tuning system from 12 Ito. So, depending on who you're talking to, you might or might not consider that xenharmonic. I think usually xenharmonic implies that there's this sort of modern approach to microtonality where we're basically using microtonal sounds in a new way, in a way that goes against tradition. So it might be influenced by traditional music. I mean, obviously, most music is to some extent, even if it's not intentional. But it's not usually like music that's part of some already existing like institution or tradition or culture or whatever. But to some degree, that's like subjective. Like some people might say that it is xenharmonic. Hey, Nova, first time watching one of your streams, you have no idea what any of these terms mean, but your explanation makes sense. You're intrigued. Oh, right on. Cool. Yeah, just kind of learning microtonal music. Been learning about this stuff for I don't know 3 or 4 years or something, and been making some music, making microtonal music, and There's a lot of really good microtonal music out there. Actually, while I'm doing this, I'll show y'all Gleam. Gleam is like one of the best and most popular microtonal pieces. So I need to get 26, 22, 37. So in 26, so 26 is flat tone. 15 out of 26. So in flat tone, the scale approaches neutral. So instead of getting major and minor chords in your diatonic scale, you get sub major and super minor, or whatever you call it. And on the opposite end of the pole, you have super pyth, where you have super majors and sub minors. So as the fifth gets sharper, your triads get more exaggerated, and as the fifth approaches 7 Edo, the triads approach neutral. And then as they go beyond 7 Edo, the triads flip in their quality. So major starts to become minor, and so on. Take a pill, is there any side effects? I mean, you can kind of like get used to the microtonal sounds, and then you'll be listening to microtonal music with your friends, and they'll be like, dude, what the fuck is this shit, turn this off. And you'll be like, no man, it's cool. They think it just sounds out of tune. Yeah, feeling alienated because no one in real life wants to study it with you. Yeah, that's true too. I feel like you could acknowledge continuing expanding ideas and not fetishize weirdness or otherness for its own sake. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Don't take it if you have a genetic predisposition to addictive behavior. Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. It's highly addictive. Not a good English speaker? What does that mean? You do agree that certain scales or tunings aren't explored enough because there's always another shiny scale. Yes, that's true. There's so much you can do, like hypothetically, theoretically, that I think a lot of people who are involved in this stuff that are just attracted to novelty, they can't like settle on one thing. And I think I'm in that camp too. I really can't hone my focus on like particular tuning. It's sort of a collective problem. Like we really need like more specialists. Like we need like 22 experts and 13 experts and 31 experts. We actually have a few 31 experts, but not a lot of tunings get that kind of specialized attention. Tuning of the year club, that's kind of not a, it's kind of an interesting idea. I wonder who would go for that, you know? That would be a cool proposition, I think. Like maybe you could bring that up in XA Discord. Yeah. Coordinate mission number 1. That's like a paleactite. Did I get these? Titanic 26. Yeah, that's Gleam. And yeah, we'll listen to some this is the Savage's microtonal music playlist. Let's let this run while I'm
Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down.
Doing this stuff. getting this set up. Maybe I'll throw a 27 in there too. So 27 is also super pipe. It's even more sharp than 22. So the fifth is very sharp. So it's got very exaggerated super major and sub minor chords. And the fifth and the third and the fourth are slightly harder to distinguish, as are the seventh and the root. .37 is ultra pipe, so it's extremely so there's a concept in microtonal theory called like hardness. So if like in 12 Edo, the whole and the half step, like the major and the minor second, the major second's 200 cents, and the minor second is 100 cents. So we say that they have a 2-to-1 ratio. So that ratio we call basic, because it's 12 Edo. It's just the one we all know. Now, as you go into mean tone, or further into mean tone, I should say, and your fifth gets a little flatter, your ratio gets a little smaller. So in 31 Edo, it's a 5-to-3 ratio. So your whole step is 5 31 steps, and your half step is 3 31 steps. So it's a 5-to-3 ratio, which I think is like 1.6 or something, 1 2/3. So that's less than 2. So we say that that's softer. And then in like 19 Edo, the whole step is 3 19 steps, and the half step is 1 19 step. So it's a 3-to-1 ratio. No, I'm sorry, it's 2. It's 2. It's 3-to-2. The half step is 2, so it's 3-to-2. So that's like 1.5 or whatever that is. 1.5, I think. And then as you get into flat tone, like 26 Edo is it's a 4-to-3 ratio. So whatever, like I think that's 1.25 or something. So as you go into flat tone, it starts to approach 1. And once it reaches 1, you're in 7 Edo, because your step sizes are equivalent. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. As you go the other direction, your step sizes get more exaggerated. So in 17 Ito, the whole step to half step ratio is 3-to-1. So in 17 Ito, it's 3-to-1. In 22, it's 4-to-1. In 27, it's 5-to-1. I think that's right. 27 is 5-to-1. And then in 37, it's 6-to-1. No, 37, it's 7-to-1, right? Seven to one, yeah. 7-to-1. So yeah. So we say that it's very hard. As that number gets higher, it's very hard. And then as that number once it reaches infinity, we say that the small step disappears completely. So that would be like 5 Ito. It would be an infinite ratio. 23 Itos. We're a subset of Gordonites. Reforms are happening in the Gordonite realm. Kind of want to become a specialist in some Ito. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, yeah. Like a perfectly imperfect that sounded like out of tune but not technically out of tune, more of a new tune. Yeah, exactly. Tune differently. Eventually you get used to it, you can't actively tell if it's microtonal. Yeah, that does happen sometimes. Right now is Sevish. Before that was Dolores Catharino. I think that's how you spell it. He was the dual responsive. What Ito would you specialize in, Romeos? Do you have like a short list? Yeah, no problem. $27 is up there. Yeah, 27 is cool. I kind of I was revisiting 27 a bit, and I was finding more stuff I liked. But I've kind of been jumping around a bit. Like I did a lot with 13 recently, and yeah, I was checking out 23 yesterday. And 23 is actually really, like, I was comparing 23 and 16 because they're both anti-diatonic. And that's actually, somehow that's what got me on this whole train, was I was messing with anti-diatonic a bunch. Or not a bunch, but for a couple days. And 23 is like so much cleaner than 16. Like 23 is like, it's anti-diatonic, but it's so clean. I almost feel like it's like 31 Ito anti-diatonic in a weird way. But I was reading about it, and it's like, it talks about how it like has those approximations to like acoustic phi or whatever. And I wonder if it has more to do with that than JI. Like I wonder if it's this other thing. And not really the JI thing. But I don't know. It's definitely very intriguing tuning. I actually did make something in 23 a while back. It was just like a short little jam kind of thing. But I'll try to find it on my Instagram. I can't pull up my Instagram. I don't know if I can log in or not. Oh yeah, I can. I'm just log in with Facebook. I think it was this one. No. Yeah, I made this a while back. You're down with 23 is the Gordon night tuning at the Here Club. Thought acoustic 5 was meant. Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. Super reality, like some more theory on explosion of diatonic. You have a MIDI keyboard you could use that to mess around making anti-diatonic. Yeah, I mean, you just have to like find a way to retune your yeah, you just have to retune your like yeah, I can show you real quick like how you can do that in like Surge or Vital. See, that's like a little loop thing I made a while back, 34 weeks ago. Yeah, that was my first time messing with anti-diatonic. But yeah, now that I haven't looked at it in a long time, and now that I'm coming back to it, it's like, I mean, it's cool because like it's not it's on my Instagram. I might take some of my cuz I don't have like nobody like checks out my Instagram stuff anyway. So I might see if I can't like figure out how to put my Instagram on video shorts. I don't know if I can do that or not. Like some of them I could because I have the videos. I might post that one like as a short. Post on YouTube, it'll be a hit. All right. Yeah, I definitely could. It's not. I probably will. Did he declare it? Yeah, I mean, I think 23. I mean, anti-diatonic is cool. I mean, you basically like you still get like all the normal chords and stuff, but it has like the like you can do very normal sounding stuff with it. It's just the structure of the scale is really interesting because it's all like backwards or reverse or whatever. Did I load this one already? So then okay, so for the anti-diatonic ones though, I was having a hard time getting these to work. Wait, so what is it? So in 23 Edo, it's 13 out of 23. Yeah, I did the Moss and it didn't sound right. It's definitely not right because the fifth shouldn't be 626. It should be 678. So I'm just not getting that for some reason. So I wonder if something's wrong here. What is the interval? It says it's 13. Oh, I put 3. That's not right. Well, okay. That looks better. So let's just make sure this is right. So the first chord should be minor. And that should be major. Then major, then minor. Then minor, then major, then it should be augmented. That looks right. Okay, so that is right. All right, good. Okay, so we'll do I don't know what I did wrong yesterday. Maybe I typed it in wrong yesterday as well. And then check out 16 Ito. Now, I don't think 11 Ito has a diatonic, right? Nine out of 16. 16 is pretty interesting because it is like very highly composite. That doesn't look right. Nine out of 16. Oh, I'm just like typing everything in wrong. All right. Let's just triple check. Got augmented there. Should have a major here. Minor, minor, major, major, minor. Okay, looks good. And yeah, these are like the major is very like, I guess it's pretty sub major. But the minor is pretty sub minor too. Everything's pretty subby. All right. So did I export these? Let's export these. And then this one. 23 fails every interval, but has composite intervals really well, like 5-3. Yeah. Did he declare it to be our mission as incredible Gordonites to investigate every nook and cranny of the incredible 23 Itos for all this year of Satan? What the hell, dude? 46, which is double 23, is also... Yeah, 46 is pretty cool, yeah. I haven't done much with 46, but I did pen slam in 46, which was cool. I actually want to go back and find that jam. Like, there's some jams I kind of want to go back and download the videos and upload the jams. And like the pen slam jam is one of them that I want to do. There's the one where I was like doing all that guitar stuff, the electric guitar sounding stuff on it. I just feel like that was a really good jam. And then maybe when I was doing the golden ratio stuff too. That seemed to be one that people liked. Like I kind of want to do a little bit of that where I like upload certain jams and stuff from the streams separately. But didn't declare it. I think it's a good idea to like put that on XA Discord. Let's see if people will bite. I don't know if I'm personally willing to commit to 23 Ito for a year. Like right this second. Why not the Gordonites? I mean, I'm already committed to 22 for at least a year, so that would be the shoo-in for me. I don't personally have to commit to it 100%. I just get to declare what everyone else does. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't know. I'm like I do think 23 is cool, but I'm not that excited about it. Like I'm not like so excited about it where I'm like I definitely want to revisit this all year. Like there are some Itos that I definitely would be more like I'm for sure gonna be messing with 22. So that would be like an obvious choice. But even besides 22, like there's some Itos I really want to check out more. And like I'd say like 27 is on that list. 26. Um Maybe 37. 34. I'd say like 26. 34 I really want to mess with, but it's kind of hard to because it's so big. But I'd say like 26 would be the obvious second choice for me. And then maybe I don't know, 23 is cool. I mean, I like it. Everyone must commit their heart and soul. I mean, if you guys want to declare 23, like I'm fine with it if everyone's excited about it. I don't know how long like we literally looked at it for one day. You know what I mean? Like what if it gets boring after a week? I feel like I should be I'm just not that familiar with 23. I feel like I should be a little more familiar with it first. I'm also not a fan of like arbitrarily deciding things like that because like I say I'm gonna mess with 22 Ito for at least another year because I just know that I like 22 Ito that much because I've already messed with it for several months and I keep going back to it and I'm not tired of it and I still think it's interesting. So I think it's a pretty safe prediction that I'm gonna still be interested in it a year from now. And 26 I haven't messed with as much, but I've gone back to it quite a bit. And I do really like flat tone, and I really like the super major. There's just a lot in 26 I'm already aware of that I'm really excited about exploring. Let's just promise to ourselves not to constantly jump from tuning to tuning and really get deep into whichever tunings we like. I mean, I think some of it comes with experience, though. You know, like we have to like. Yeah, I think it's good to jump around to figure out kind of what you're interested in. Like I do know some stuff I'm more interested in than that I'm less interested, but also I kind of don't because like I never thought I would like 13 because it just sounds god awful on like a piano. Hey, Air Max, what's up, dude? It's been a minute. Hey, Ben, dude. Like I never thought I'd like 13 that much, but like recently I've been on a real 13 kick. Like I've basically been binging 13 and loving it. So like, your feelings can change about a tuning. It's like really hard to I will advocate for 23 though. I do think it's a really smooth anti-diatonic. I do want to mess with it more. You know what I'll do? Since I like haven't played any music this stream, I've just been rambling, arguing about AI and setting this stuff up. Um, I'll do a 23 Ito jam before I go. Am I gonna rank Itos again? I will eventually, not today though. It has not. It If I did it right now, it would be different, but I want to wait at least 1 year, and I did put a date on that. So I'd be happy to like do it every year. And I did date it. I'm pretty sure it was in July. But yeah, I'm like pretty sure it would already be a little different if I did it today. Like I know I would put 27 higher than I did and 13 higher than I did. And I would probably rank a couple of them lower. But 22 would still be right on top. Or close to the top. Where's my tuning rankings? What about that? what that is. Why is that even on my computer? Oh, here it is. Ito tier list. It's 7/12/24. So on that day, assuming I'm streaming, I'll do it again. You've been doing well, nice. It's a fantastic stream. Many great wisdoms were presented and some idiocies as well that we need not acknowledge. However, Mr. Gordon's incredible theory seminars are so divine for your little Brian. And Romeo's, yeah. We haven't talked in a bit. How you doing? I'm sure that was directed at Romeo's. But yeah, I do think it's a good idea to like focus on tunings. But you know, you should focus on what you're interested in, you know. Okay. I've just rambled all stream, so I'm gonna actually play some music. I'll work more on this tomorrow. I have all the scales uploaded now, so I'll try to get into that a little bit tomorrow. I mean, maybe I'll get in it tonight, but probably not. It's already getting late. But yeah, I'll do a 23 Ito jam. So yeah, let me just get that set up. While I'm setting that up, we'll listen to more music. Gotta get my camera going. He uploaded this 15 years ago. Holy shit. Dude, he's a OG. I can't imagine doing this stuff back then. I mean, I was making music 15 years ago, but microtones, I don't even know if I knew about them. I probably didn't. I had heard about JI stuff, but I was not interested in it at all. You were an infant? Yeah. Gotta get this camera. Making microtonal music out of the womb. Yeah. Well, you're basically, I don't know. Probably most, if not all of your musical life is microtonal. Did you make any music before you got into microtones, Airmax? Did you play piano or guitar or anything? Back. I didn't know you left. Welcome back, dude. You've been producing stuff on FL back in 2019, 2020. Then you you discovered Zen stuff in 2021. Oh, I see. So okay, so you did. Oh, I think you sent me some of your older music actually. That Newground stuff, yeah, I remember. So yeah, you only had like a year or two pre-Zen. That's pretty wild. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm excited to hear what all y'all end up doing in a few years. I mean, y'all are already doing cool stuff right now, so. Once you guys are a little more experienced, it'll be pretty nuts. Gonna make an EP this summer, hell yeah. Be called Clover. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, 23 has these fifths, but it also has these sharp fifths. I really like the sharp fifths. Hey, Dylan, what's up? You lost 2 subs. What the hell? You like the sinusoidal LFO? This is the kind of stuff Project Mega V opinions. The sign. Are you talking about when I had that on the warp? That. We're gonna be jamming in 2023. Oh, in 23, Ito, yeah. Yeah. How you doing, Dylan? Welcome back. Welcome back. I could sub to you from my other channel. Oh, I didn't put my camera on. Spent all the time setting it up. I didn't put it on. Hold on. Get the camera go. I'm pretty sure 37 has anti-diatonic. Like it has like a dual fifth. So if you just treat this lower fifth, you get the anti-diatonic. Which is interesting because it also has ultra pipes, which I don't know how useful ultra pipe is, but main use of UltraPyth you've seen is mentioning it for nerd cred. So I just got some cred then, huh? I don't know about this sound. I want to just do like a normal sawtooth. Yeah, the timbre is like, I think that's another reason why like microtonal music and like electronic music production go kind of hand in hand. Is that, you know, so many difficulties in tuning can be, you know, smoothed over or resolved entirely with like just sculpting a timbre in tandem with the tuning. Like some sounds are not gonna sound as good in certain tunings, you know, or some tunings are more tolerant of certain timbres, I guess, too. Starting to like it. Daily sway tonight. Jam does not appeal to you that much. Well, you caught me at a weird time, Fitzgerald. take some getting used to. Alright. Well, yeah, it's pretty late here. Yeah, it's a fun stream. Did not do a lot of music making. Did a lot of getting shit set up and kind of rambling about different stuff. But yeah, probably a good like educational stream if you're less familiar with microtonality or just kind of interested in it. Yeah. But yeah, as far as making music goes, I did not do a whole lot of that. Anyway, I will be back tomorrow. Since I have all those Scala files set up now, I'll probably get into that morphing idea I have. And that's probably how I'll start off tomorrow after the ear training. Depending on how that goes, maybe I'll go back to the 13-Edo thing. Or even the Valentine thing, but honestly not a huge fan of the Valentine thing. So I might scrap it. But I'll definitely revisit it and see. But yeah, 23 is definitely like cool. Like it's a really nice sounding anti-diatonic. I think I'd prefer it to 16-Edo, although 16-Edo, I think 16 interests me more on paper than it does like in terms of just like noodling around on it. I don't think I like the sound quite as much. But it has a lot in common with 12-Edo. So I think maybe that's sort of a turn off for me. But I do like how it's highly composite. It's definitely like, it's very interesting Edo that I'd like to revisit, but definitely got distracted by 23. Yeah, 23 is just like, it's like, compared to 16, it just sounds smoother. I don't know how else to put it. It's just like a much smoother sound. 16's a lot blockier. Okay, anyway, I'll be back. Thanks everybody checking out the stream today. It's been a good time for the streams. Been getting, getting some new subs and a lot more people in general have been watching. I remember when I started doing this, it was just me and Romeo, so. And then it was just, a couple other people would show up. But yeah. Anyway, it's cool to see that this thing has grown, even if it hasn't exploded. It's still nice to see any growth is quite nice. So yeah, I do appreciate everybody who has been checking out the streams. So yeah, okay, see y'all next time. Have a good one.